How can the narcissist leave you like you never existed? How can they just leave you like you never meant anything to them? When you first met the narcissist, it was very intense. You felt something that you had never felt before. It all happened very quickly. And then you became inseparable. You became so closely connected. It's like this is it. This is the person you're meant to spend the rest of your life with. You just couldn't imagine being with someone else. You couldn't imagine anyone else making you feel the way they do. You had amazing chemistry. You had this unbreakable bond, this strong connection. And you just couldn't imagine ever being without them. They may have told you they loved you. They may have said they wanted to marry you and have children with you. And while that's something that might have made you distance yourself in the past, with the narcissist, it just felt right. It felt like it was meant to be. Maybe you never really believed in soulmates, but this engagement was unexplainable. You couldn't describe why you felt this way. You couldn't put it into words. It just felt right. And the narcissist made you believe that they felt the same way. They fed the same feelings back to you. So you believed that it was real. You believed that you both wanted the same thing. You believed that you were going to grow together and that everything was going to be good. As time went by, you began to notice some unusual occurrences. Maybe it was something they said. Maybe it was something they did. But whatever it was, it seemed out of character for someone who was supposed to care about you. For someone who was supposed to love you. Something didn't seem right. But whenever you suspected that something was wrong, the narcissist was there to assure you that everything was okay. So you ignored it. You overlooked the red flags. You continued investing all of your time into this relationship. You believed that you were building something meaningful with this person. Until one day, it's like they suddenly got cold feet. They suddenly started acting different towards you. They became very cold. They became very bitter and resentful towards you. As though you did something to them. But if you ever confronted them on it, they could never quite put it into words what you did. Or if they did, it never seemed relevant to the situation. It never seemed to justify their change of behavior. Because you knew that someone who loves and cares for you would not treat you that way. Even if you did something wrong, they would try to work it out with you. But no matter what you did to try to make it up to the narcissist, it was never enough. Maybe you tried to have a normal conversation with them. Maybe you tried to understand where they were coming from. Maybe you bought them gifts or tried to be more affectionate with them. But no matter what you did, it didn't change anything. It just became this hopeless situation where you were doing everything you could to get things to return to normal, while the narcissist had no interest in working on anything. It's like they were trying to destroy everything that you had built together. Until one day, they just disappeared, like you never existed, like you never meant anything to them. Like they were just playing a role the entire time. How can the narcissist leave you like you never existed? How can they leave like you never meant anything to them? Don't they have a heart? Don't they have a soul? Was it just a game? Were they playing a role the entire time? The truth is, it's nothing for a narcissist to leave you. No matter how much time they spent with you. It doesn't matter if you were together for 5 or 10 years. It makes no difference to a narcissist, because narcissists do not attach to people. They do not attribute importance or value to you. In their minds, everyone is replaceable. Everyone is expendable. People have relatively little significance to a narcissist, and therefore they are able to be abandoned and destroyed. People are replaceable. You never meant anything to them. They never cared about you. They never loved you. They just saw you as an object. They just saw you as something they could use to fulfill a task or function. Narcissists are self-absorbed and they lack empathy. They cannot see you as anything more than an object. You're just something they use for a specific purpose. They cannot connect to you. They feel nothing for you. Their feelings are only reserved for themselves. They are locked into a world of their own making, where you cannot reach them. You cannot connect to them. So it's nothing for them to leave you. You are just an object. You are just their supply. And when the supply runs out, they just look for a new object. Something that they haven't destroyed yet. Because no matter how important you think you are to the narcissist, the truth is you're still replaceable. They do not value anyone or anything. All they care about is their own emotions. They are driven by their emotions. And if you don't make them feel good about themselves, they will drop you like a hot potato. No matter how much of your time, energy, or money you have invested into them, it means nothing. They don't care. And there is no way for you to get them to see the light. They're just going to see it as though you're trying to manipulate them, as though you're trying to trick them into doing something they're unwilling to do. And that will only make them even more rebellious. That will only make them even more out of control. They have no empathy. They don't care about how their behavior is affecting you. They can't even see you. Everyone the narcissist encounters is either an extension of their idealized false self or a reflection of their insecurities. You can't be anything else in their world. There is nothing else. So everything you thought they loved about you never even existed to them. They never knew you. They never knew anyone. They don't even know who they are. And you never knew them. Everything you thought you knew about the narcissist doesn't even exist. That person who you thought was your soulmate was just an illusion. They mirrored you. They appeal to your own ideals. And after all of the struggles and pain you may have endured in your life, you wanted to believe that it was real. You wanted to believe that you had finally found what you were looking for. And they played on that. They tricked you. But in some situations, they may have felt like it was love. Because in the beginning, they see you as an extension of that idealized false self. They see you as their perfect reflection. But they never really loved you. A narcissist can't love you. Because they just see you as an object. All they care about is what you can do for them or how you make them feel. That's their idea of love. But they cannot connect you as a person. They cannot attach themselves to you. And that is why you may remember that you never had any deep conversations with a narcissist. Everything was superficial. Everything was very shallow. They lack depth, because that's all there is to them. It's a false self, and there is nothing underneath that. All they can do is repeat back to you things that they have heard from other people. All they can do is imitate whatever they think is valuable, whatever they think is desirable or attractive. But they cannot give you anything real. They cannot give you anything with a foundation or structure. Which means that it was destined to fall apart. Because it was built on a house of cards. It was built on their own insecurity. That's why they created their false self. Because they're very insecure. They created their false self because they wanted to be loved. They wanted acceptance. They wanted to feel like they belonged somewhere. The irony is that by doing that, they have made it impossible for them to ever love or be loved. Because now all they have is a false character. They don't even exist. So it's nothing for them to leave you like you never existed. Because they never existed in the relationship anyway. And deep down they know there's no future in something that started out as a game. Something that started out as an act of manipulation. Which is why the moment that you begin to catch on, they are out of there. You may never see them again. Because they know the jig is up. They've been caught out and they have no defense. So their only option is to leave. Thank you for watching. I hope this video resonated with you. Please like, comment, share and subscribe. If you would like to donate, my PayPal link is in the video description. Coaching inquiries, you can email me at coaching@narcsurvivor.co.uk. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.